Hey, what's going on there, youth pastors? Paul Turner here from the discipleproject.net, and I want to ask you a question. What's your problem? No, really, what's your problem? Because I want to teach you a phrase today that is going to help you solve the majority of your problems in 2024. Do you have an outreach problem? Do you have a discipleship problem? Do you have a fellowship problem? Regardless of the problem you have, this phrase is going to help you. And that 3-word phrase that I have for you today is this: plans solve problems. And I can tell you that one of the problems that I had early on in my youth ministry was disorganization. I couldn't get it together. I couldn't get my junk in order. And what that taught me is this, is that a disorganized youth ministry has zero chance of success. And so I am a big proponent of organization, getting your stuff together, because once you have your stuff together, once you are organized, then guess what? It frees you up to be creative. But see, if you don't have a plan, well, then that just encourages fear and anxiety. And guess what? That's no bueno. That's no good for creativity. It crushes your creativity, making it even harder to get out of that hole. So today I want to talk to you about a plan that I have put together for youth pastors called My Youth Ministry Playbook. And it is packed with everything you need to build a successful youth ministry in 2024. Let's get into it. Okay, and here we have it, the My Youth Ministry Playbook 2024, Building a Championship Youth Ministry 1 month at a time. And this comes as a digital download, but this is how I recommend you put it together. You can put it together any way you want. I put it into a binder, and then I have a copy of the cover inside the digital pack there that you can print off for yourself. Because when you put this together, when people see you carrying this around, when you bring this to staff meeting, when you use it in the youth room, you have something with you that communicates to people that you have a plan. Not just a plan, but a playbook. Because let me tell you something, traditional planners don't teach you how to plan. They don't teach you how to fill it up. What they do is they give you space. Whereas in this, I give you a plan to go ahead and plan your youth ministry. I give you ideas. I give you structure. I give you all the things that we're about to go through here. So I encourage you, go ahead and put this together as you wish, whatever you want to put in there. And I'll tell you right now, I don't have everything in here. You're talking about hundreds of pages. I don't carry around my own articles, by the way, in here to read my own articles. I'm not quite that egotistical, okay? So I've put in here the majority of things that I think are going to be useful to you, but you'll just have to imagine that there are much more or many more articles and things that are in here that I'm about to show you, okay? So let's go ahead and start. Let's get it opened up here. And we start off with calendars. That's right, calendars. And I give you can see I've already gotten started here on 2024. January is starting to fill up quite a bit, but I give you all the calendars you need here. Once again, the first thing I do, just a quick tip, put your kids' birthdays down. Now, regardless of how many students you have, make sure that you have your kids' birthdays so that you can obviously celebrate when it's time, see if it falls on a Wednesday or not, have snacks, all those kind of good things. Also, by the way, you can print this off for your leaders, for your student leaders, whatever it is, however you want to use this, you can use this however you choose. Print it off as many times as you want. There is no limit to that. So it gives you all the calendars there. And I like to start too with the end in mind. Let me go ahead and I'll jump to, this quickly. I'll tell you, when Halloween is, right? You want to put these dates down. You want to know things like Thanksgiving, right? When is that going to fall? And then you have December, which I already have my Christmas party planned, and I'll show you why that's important a little bit later. I start with the end in mind. Why not go ahead and fill out your December calendar and say, where do I want to be at the end of the year? What do we want to celebrate, right? So put that in there. Now, the next thing you're going to get in here is I've also put in here called My Youth Meeting Playbook. This is used to be a separate resource. Now it's all inclusive into the My Youth Ministry Playbook, because let me tell you something, the majority of your things you're doing are youth meetings. You have 52 of them a year. And what I have done is I have given you 52 worksheets, 52 meeting planners. And in there, you're also going to get 18, listen to this, you're going to get 18 youth meeting articles. In other words, I take All of this here, I break it down for you on filling it out. What is a wow? How do we do announcements, worship? And if you're a brand new youth pastor, this is going to be invaluable to you. If you're an older veteran youth pastor, listen, you can still benefit from this because as from an organizational point of view, if you don't plan your youth meeting, your kids will plan your youth meeting for you. If you don't have a structure, if you don't have a way to do things, your kids will come up with all the ideas, which is good, but maybe not so good because there's no structure. There's no course of action that you're giving them. And this gives you a template to work from. Okay. So, and you're going to get, like I said, 18 articles just on youth meeting, just on youth meeting stuff, how to conduct your youth meeting, why you're having the youth meeting, all that kind of stuff is going to be in there. Okay. In addition, you get things like event checklists. What are the questions? What are the major questions you need to ask before you have an event? And then I give you event planning sheets. I think about what you think about your target audience. You think about things like what will I ask adults to do? What will I ask students to do, right? These are all part of, if I can get that in just a little bit, show you a little bit better. But it'll give you all the spaces you need to start thinking through these events that you need to have, okay? Of how to plan an event. And there's lots of other resources in here that'll help you do that. Then we move on to checklists. Pre-service checklist. I give you the checklist in here. You can make as many copies of this, right? You have 52 meetings. This is a sample, by the way. This is not telling you how to run your meeting, but this is a way, just an idea that every week you're going to go through pre-service. What is important to your service, okay? Then you have your service. This is a sample. What is part of your service? What is in there that is going to be helpful? Because if you have a checklist, if you know what's going into your meeting, it's much easier to plan that way. That's the whole purpose of this, is to give you the structure you need to help plan. Because once you have the plan down, you can get creative. If youth meetings, listen to this, if youth meetings are a problem for you, plans fix problems. Okay? Plans solve problems. So if you have a plan, guess what? You're not going to have much of a problem. You're going to go ahead and go through it, and that leaves room for tons of creativity. Okay? Then you have the post-service. What do you want to make sure gets done after service? Okay? Talk, explain, apologize, to parents if you have to. Okay? Avoid Sister Agnes in the hallway, okay, if you have a Sister Agnes, okay? Prepare to do it all over again next week, okay? So lots of information you need there that'll help you make sure that your meetings stay on track. Then these are the blanks. So they give you the blanks for pre-service, service, and post-service. Put down there what is important to you. Hey, listen, if you've stuck with me this far, don't forget, okay, like and subscribe. Would love to have you as a part of the community here, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, let's move along. So I also give you in here what is called the Youth Pastor. I give you about, I think there are 7 or 8 guides that I give you, okay? 7 or 8 guides. This particular guide is the Youth Pastor's Guide to Creating an Epic Nerf Night, okay? In there, you have about probably at least a dozen to 20 pages of nothing but event worksheets, budget buys, game ideas, theme nights, target practice ideas, all of that to create an epic Nerf night. You could do Nerf November is very popular. So you could do a whole month of nothing but Nerf nights. Then I have in here Launching Well, your guide to launching your graduating class with style, right? You have a graduating class this year, whether it's 1 or whether it's 20. You got kids that are graduating maybe, and this is going to help you. This guide here is going to help you launch them well. Everything from how to put on a graduation service, how to have a graduation luncheon, how to do all the things that are going to help prepare not only your students, but parents to launch their kids well. Don't you want to do that? I would think that you would, right? And then I give you the New Youth Pastor's Guide to Planning Unforgettable Trips, not just for new youth pastors. Remember, there's some of you that are veterans that could use a few tips on planning unforgettable trips. And I had my friend John Rogers here who helped me with this. He's a planning advisor for Disney, and he plans trips and those things. So he is a great resource and helped me put this together for you. And then you have the Youth Pastor's Guide to a Successful Youth Camp. This is a passion of mine. This here, I spent 30 years working at camps, being a part of camps, and speaking at camps. The last 20 years of my youth ministry life here, I spent speaking at summer camps all over the Southeast. And this is passion for me because I got saved at camp, and so I want camps to go right. I want your camp to go right. So this here, very, very important to me, and I put a lot of work and time into this that's going to help you organize your camp. Thoughts on if you're planning your own camp or taking your kids to a camp, how to do camp devotions, all the things here that I think are important, from the before you leave to get kids registered to the post-camp experience and making sure you're following up. All of that's in there. Then I have the Youth Pastor's Guide to Creating a Code of Conduct. Let's say you need help. You say, I need help, Paul. I got kids that are like bouncing off the walls. What do I do? Well, this I help you walk through to give a life-giving, create a life-giving, not just a bunch of, no PDA, don't touch each other. Not just that, but how to create a life-giving code of conduct that helps kids know what to expect when they come into your youth meeting, come and be a part of your youth ministry. And as I ask these questions through here, you're going to be able to write responses and create it with your team and with your students, something that students can come into. Because let me tell you something. Kids want structure. They want rules. They want to know that these rules and structures are there to help them, to benefit them, to keep them safe, and to help them move along, to grow into, who Christ wants them to be. And so this will help you put that plan together. And then I have, I was talking about Christmas, right? The ultimate youth group Christmas party list, right? The Christmas party checklist. What needs to be on there? How do you plan that? What kind of games do I need? All that kind of stuff in this. And then I give you another guide. It's the Youth Pastor's Guide to Choosing a Youth Ministry Coach or Mentor. What do you need? What are you looking for? How do you choose? And I ask a lot of questions in here, and there are several articles in here for you to look at to say, how do I find somebody? Is there a difference between a mentor and a coach? That's in there as well. Not all mentors are the same. Not all mentors are coaches, and not all coaches are mentors. And I make sure that I have an article in there differentiating that from one another so that you can be able to choose the kind of person you need to speak into your life. And in addition to the guides, I have some devotions in here. This one I wrote last year, no comment. This was part of my Easter time. I did a thing during Easter where I said for 40 days, I'm not making any comments on other people's things. It's a habit I had of either being snarky or challenging. And I said, I just don't want to do that anymore. So you know what? No comment. Okay, I read it, I pass it over, and I go, I'm not going to comment on that. It's begging me to, but I'm not going to do it. So if you want to tame your tongue, lots of 40 days of devotions in here, okay? And Lent, that's what I meant to say. This was I did for Lent. I kept my mouth shut, okay? Also, those of you that have a creative, you like, side hustles and things like that, you're trying to, the church isn't paying you enough. I understand this. And so I wrote a little book here. 21 Days to Creating a Holy Habit of Hustle. How to honor God with your hustle. Not just grinding, not just going and doing those things, but really putting some perspective on it. And it's not just worldly, and it's not just, it's not the fact that you're not trusting God. It's quotes that I use in here. They're going to help motivate you, yes, to go ahead and do those side hustles, but to keep a perspective that, listen, all your work is holy, whether it's church work or whether it's that side hustle that you're delivering food or pizzas or painting houses or whatever you're doing, whatever your side hustle is. I want you to really grow in whatever it is you're doing and understand that, listen, you're not cheating on God by having a side hustle, okay? You can honor God with your side hustle, and I give you some ideas in that as well. And then I give you another ebook I wrote called 10 Excuses That Are Killing Your Youth Ministry. These are 10 excuses that I have used. I am guilty of all of them, and I have learned from them, and I want to pass those on to you. So that's another ebook you have. Then, if you're in this position, first of all, I'm very sorry, but if you're saying, look, I need to revive our youth ministry. I need to bring it back from the brink here. I give you my philosophy. I've had several youth ministries. I've had youth ministries that I've taken from 1 to 30 in a year. I've had youth ministries that were on the downslide, and I was able to, by God's grace, recover them. And so I have some deep principles here about you, what you can do as a youth pastor, but how you work with your church to develop these principles so that you can revive the youth ministry you have in your church. And that's 9 dynamic ways to revive a dying youth ministry. And then I give you Squad Goals. Squad Goals is a 7-week, a 7-session, because you probably binge them here, but 7 sessions on goal setting. And I give you audio, and then I give you the actual lessons here. Everything you have is being able to fill out, right? You're gonna listen to the lesson, you're gonna fill out the papers, the worksheets, and all that. Once again, a bunch of information here that's going to help you create goals that are going to help you build your youth ministry, and not just build it wide, but build it deep, right? It's not just about numbers. It's about the depth of your students. And this will help you do some of that. Okay. And then, as we move along here, we come to the end, towards the end here, that in here, I will show you just a sample, lots of forms and worksheets. Okay. Things like a social media. A friend of mine, Justin, helped put this together, called the Beast Mode or the Beastly Mode. And if you're doing social media, this gives you some ideas of how to post during the week. Gives you some of those ideas, and then I give you a social media calendar that you can take notes on. And then this is my self-care checklist. I want you to take care of yourself, so I put several things in there. I'm tired of hearing about youth pastors just burning out and hurting themselves, and unfortunately leaving this world because they couldn't handle certain pressures or certain things. So I have a number down there that you can call if you're in that position. But I give you a checklist because I want you to take care of yourself in 2024. I don't want you to burn out. I want you to be healthy. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to do things like keep a journal, and you, once again, make as many copies of this as you need on a monthly basis or a weekly basis. I give you a teaching preaching schedule. What do you want to teach? What do you want to put in this month or that month? Put all that stuff down. Give you prayer list, right? I give you that. Make as many copies as you want. I give you doodling pages, right? Pray, think, dream, doodle. And then brainstorm pages. Great for when you have those meetings. Now listen, that's a lot of stuff. I understand. But I haven't really showed you all of it. I've showed you some of it. But when you download it and you look at it and you go, well, there's a lot of stuff there, Paul. Yes, it is. But let me show you how much it's going to cost. $24.95. And let me go ahead and just move this up just a little bit, just so you can see what you're getting. Okay, you're getting the calendars, you're getting over 20 of my best youth ministry articles, you're getting checklist forms, you're getting the ebooks, you're getting the My Youth Meeting Playbook, also packed with articles, forms, and checklists, student leadership, things like that. You're getting the youth group meeting planner, you're getting the free guides, you're getting the goal setting, you're getting everything for $24.95. But if you are wanting this, I would encourage you to take a look at it and say, how organized do I want to be? What are my problems? And is this something? Is this planning? Is this plan here? Is this playbook? Can that solve my problem? Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me for this little trip through the My Youth Ministry Playbook. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed the value that I brought to you. And listen, I hope that you'll check it out. And listen, I won't recommend things that are not for you. I don't want to just sell things to anybody. If you think this is going to meet a need in your youth ministry, if this is going to help you be more organized, help you build the kind of youth ministry that you want to build, that God's put on your heart, then yes, I want to sell this to you. But if it's not for you, I'll tell you it's not for you. But listen, maybe you got a problem that you say, Paul, does it solve this problem? Well, leave me a comment down below. Leave me, what problem are you dealing with? And say, hey, does the playbook deal with this? Be more than happy to answer that. And maybe if you leave a comment, maybe I'll write something up and include something that may help you. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today. If you do have some problems, though, that maybe the playbook doesn't cover, well, I have a whole playlist right around here somewhere filled with over 50 videos of youth pastor advice. If you are interested in that, I'm sure that I have talked about something in youth ministry that maybe you're dealing with, and I'd love to help you out. So watch these videos. And don't forget, plans solve problems. And I hope that you guys have a good plan for 2024. We'll see you in the next video.